Son buys DNA test kit as a Christmas present for his entire family, but ends up discovering some hidden secrets. We all get excited when Christmas is around the corner. The vibes in the air itself are all different. And when it comes to exchanging gifts on Christmas Eve, the festival gets even more thrilling. But just imagine a Christmas Eve turning out to be the one having the potential to change the entire dynamics of your family. What can be the gift which can be this devastating, and why would someone even prefer to gift something like this to their family member? This incident is from the life of a young boy, James, whose mother freaked out when he presented the gifts to his siblings. Neither of them had ever known that a secret was hidden since long that was just about to unravel. She was petrified. She had never thought that the night of celebration would turn into one of the darkest ones in her life. While her kids were excited to unwrap the gifts her son got for all of them, she was tensed. She did not wish that any of them found out what was inside. But why? As she noticed that all her children got the same present, and that she felt like she lost breath. She was frightened that the secret she had been hiding all her life would come to life with this gift. What was she hiding since that long from her family? She felt as if her world was falling apart. No one had ever got a glimpse of her dark past, and with the things happening around, she knew a lot would be in the stake if something comes to the surface. Her family life will definitely take a sharp turn, and all the happy faces and smiles will turn upside down. James's brothers and sisters were excited. They were all eager and wanted to know what their elder brother had got them. James handed over the present to his mom and dad as well. But the moment the couple realized what was in it, they panicked. They did not wish that any of their children tried it on. DNA kit was in trend then. It was being heavily advertised, and when James could not think of any other Christmas gifts for his family, he thought it was the best idea to get them all DNA test kits. After all, they were a family, and with the results of the test, they can all cherish their bloodline and togetherness. Christmas is a family time, and it was a great idea to hold them all together. But was it really that good? While a lot of us are aware of the easy availability of pregnancy tests, not many of us are aware that pharmacy shops even have these DIY DNA test kits as well. It is an easy way to know about your family ties and see how your genetic material is connected with each other. Little did James know not all ties are meant to come to the surface. Some are better hidden. James recalls earlier this year, Ancestry DNA had a sale on their kit. I thought it would be a great gift idea, so I bought 6 of them for Christmas presents. To him, it was a way to cherish their blood relation by getting similar results. Unfortunately, he never anticipated the state of panic it would cause within his family. As a tradition being followed, James's family gathered for their family Christmas dinner. It was a ritual that they all exchanged gifts with each other after the feast. As James gifted those DNA kits to his mom, dad, and siblings, he did not expect that something like this would happen. He thought they would all be happy, but no. It was like the silence before a storm. The moment James' mother found that it was a DIY DNA test kit, it slipped from her hands. One could easily make out that she was frightened. One could see fear all over her face. She was trembling, and then she started to make some really weird excuses. What was the matter? When she realized that her kids were quite happy with this unique gift, her heart skipped a beat. She started to cook some reason or the other, just to prevent her kids from going ahead with this present and carrying on the DNA test. She hastily says, "You shouldn't take this test," and suddenly got all the attention. She continued and said that the substances used in this kit are harmful ones and should not be tried. But even these ideas did not work, as the kids had a reply to it. They told her that these are absolutely chemical-free kits and are fit for being tested. This made the kids curious about her behavior. The kids suddenly got suspicious of their mother's attitude. She had never been this furious before. She was fumbling while speaking and was a little awkward. While the kids could have let go of her then, but what she said next made them even dubious as to why their mother was disturbed. When the excuse of DNA test being harmful to use did not work, the panicked mother gives it another try. this time she said something too foolish to hear. She said, "Only one of you kids needs to take it since we will all have the same results. You should resell the extra kits to save money." As James's father saw the conversation heat up, he tried to divert everyone's attention from the DNA test kit. He asked his kids to first proceed towards the dining table for dinner. Though he succeeded, it was only for a short while as the tables turned again. Everyone sat around the dinner table and enjoyed the meal. But as they were done, the topic of those kits came up again. And this time, James's mother couldn't take it. She threw away her table napkin in anger and rushes upstairs. Suddenly, the cheerful atmosphere fell silent, and even her husband followed. The kids held back to the table and passed looks at each other. They were perplexed. They could not understand the matter and were left to cook possibilities up. The Christmas dinner took to another level, and the couple ended up fighting. The couple got into an argument and was fighting like cats and dogs. They did not wish that their children came across reality, but with DNA test kits in their hand, there was no way that the truth could be hidden any longer. James somehow was in a playful mood. He could easily understand that as DNA kits were involved, it was sure that either he or any of his siblings weren't the parents' own blood. Despite the seriousness of the matter, he, on one of the social sites, posted, "Fast forward, our parents have been fighting upstairs for the past hour. We are downstairs trying to figure out who has a different dad." James told the matter to his siblings. All the brothers and sisters stood by each other and were not sure whether they should go forward with this DNA test or not. Later in the same post, James said, "No matter what the results are, we still love each other and our parents no matter what." James never knew that the gift he bought, thinking will bring the family closer, will actually make matters worse. The kids waited for their parents to come downstairs. They just prayed and hoped that everything was fine. After a couple of hours, the couple finally stepped downstairs. They looked quite calm now. James was prepared that his parents were about to speak out words that neither of them was expecting, and now it was showtime. There must have been something serious going on which caused the parents to fight like this. Whatever might have it been, they were now prepared to face their kids and even tell them the hidden secret. Everyone had their fingers crossed as every word that would follow their parents' mouth would change the dynamics of their family. James was trembling. He wanted to know the truth, but was he really prepared for it? He was just cursing himself for getting such a stupid gift. A simple Christmas gift could cost the family too much. Finally, his mother broke the ice and started to speak. James's parents sat beside each other. As his mother was about to confess something, his father held her hand. They both stood there expressionless and with a heavy heart looked at their children and began to speak. James had never known that the truth was this harsh. The mother told the kids that their father was their father in every sense, as he had nurtured them with all his heart. But the fact was that the boys were biologically his sons, however the girls were not. This came as a shock to everyone, and especially to James's two sisters. And was the father aware of this? After knowing the entire truth, James on his social media account wrote another post reading, "Update 2. Christmas isn't ruined. My mistake actually turned into a Christmas miracle. Turns out my sister's father passed away shortly after she was born." It wasn't all though. Moreover, James's father was always aware of this past of his mother. He had accepted her and her daughters with open arms. He gave them everything they deserved, all the love and care as well. But the kids now wanted to know why their mom hid it from them for this long. James explains that one of his mother's friends helped her in getting through all the tough times. His mother didn't want to disturb the peace that came after long in her life, and thought it was better to love her husband and have her family. She always was in wait of the right time, which probably never came before that Christmas Eve. As the father was already aware of the truth, the mother never thought it was time to disclose it to the kids. Initially, they were too young for all this, and later they all grew up as a happy family, and telling the truth was getting just tough day by day. James even tells that night they all grew even closer as a family. His mom showed them all the pictures from her past, and the sisters the photographs of their birth father. It was an emotional Christmas, but it was all well as it ended on a good note. In James's words, it was indeed a Merry Christmas for his family. He further says that it doesn't matter if they were all full siblings or half. They were a happy family and always will be. We wish them all the happiness and success.